Hello students, today in this class we will discuss the concentration term that is comes in the volumetric analysis. Now as we all know, solution is the homogeneous mixture of two or more components whose composition can be varied within certain limits. On the basis of number of components, the solutions are of different types. Suppose we have binary solution, means it have only two components, that is solute and solvent. Generally solute is represented by B and solvent is represented by A. When we have ternary solution, then we have three components in the solution. If we have quaternary solution, then we have four components. And students, if we have aqueous solution, means solvent component is water, and if we have non-aqueous solution, then the solvent component is some other component except water, that is organic components such as benzene, ether, alcohol, etc. Now student, first we represent the concentration of the solution. Initially we represent in a very simple method with the help of mass percentage or volume percentage, that is given by mass percentage of A component is equal to the mass of component A divided by total mass of solution into 100. It simply represents in the percentile form. Then in the similar way we represent in terms of volume percentage. So volume percentage of A component is equal to volume of component A divided by total volume of solution into 100. Then after this, after these roughly method, we come to know about the molarity of the solution. It is an important term. So write down molarity of the solution, that is molarity. It is represented by capital M and it is defined as the number of gram moles of solute dissolved in per liter of solution. Capital M, that is the number of gram moles of solute dissolved in per liter of solution. M is equal to WB upon gram atomic mass or gram molar mass for getting the number of gram moles into 1000 upon volume of solution in ml. Now students, WB upon GM oblique GMM represents the number of gram moles. That is simply the number of gram moles of solute dissolved in per liter of solution. If we have the volume of solution in ml, then divided by 1000 we get in liters. Now students, in this case, this molarity depends upon the volume of solution, and as we all know that volume varies with respect to temperature. So this molarity also varies with respect to temperature. This molarity inversely related with the temperature, means if there is increase in temperature, then there is expansion in volume, and when there is expansion in volume, then molarity decreases. When there is contraction in volume, so molarity increases. So molarity varies with respect to temperature and it is inversely related. It is inversely related. Clear students? Now after this molarity also varies with respect to dilution. If simply we increase the dilution x time, then molarity decreases x times. So we can write down molarity varies with respect to temperature. And by increasing the dilution x time, by increasing the dilution x times, molarity decreases x time. Now after this, with the help of this formula, we can get the number of gram moles. Suppose we want to calculate the number of gram moles, that is WB upon GAM in case of element, GMM in case of compound, and it will be equivalent to molarity into volume of solution in liter. Molarity into volume of solution in liter. Now, suppose we want to calculate the number of millimoles, then number of millimoles is given by WB, gram moles is multiplied by 1000. As we all know, in 1 gram there is 1000 milligram. So, WB upon GAM or GMM, whatever may be the case, multiplied by 1000 is equal to the M into V, that is volume of solution in ml. Now student, from here we get the molarity equation or dilution formula, that is M1V1 is equal to M2V2. This is termed as molarity equation or dilution formula. Molarity equation, or we called it dilution formula. Molarity equation or dilution formula. Now student, here we have this term, that is molarity. With the help of this, we can calculate the molarity of solution by knowing the mass of solute, corresponding gram molar mass and volume of solution. We can easily calculate the molarity of solution, and in case of this, number of millimoles, M1V1 is equal to M2V2. This is termed as molarity equation or dilution formula. With the help of this equation, we can convert the molarity of a concentrated solution to the dilute solution, and in chemistry lab, we can prepare the different solutions of desired strength. Now student, here we have formula. Capital M is equal to WB upon MB into 1000 upon VML. Now, if we have this WB into 1000 upon VML, that is strength of solution in grams per liter. Now, if we want to represent the strength of solution, and that is in grams per liter, then it will be equivalent to molarity into molecular weight. So if we have molarity and molecular weight, then we can give the strength of solution in grams per liter. Now if we have 1 molar solution of H2SO4, it means 1 gram mole of H2SO4 dissolved in per liter of solution. That is 1 gram mole of H2SO4, that is 98 grams dissolvent per liter. So if we have 1 molar solution of H2SO4, so we come to know that there is 98 grams of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution. Similarly, if we have M by 10 solution, means 0.1 gram mole dissolvent per liter, that is 9.8 gram of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution. It is also named as decimolar solution of H2SO4. Decimolar solution means M by 10. M by 10 solution means 0.1 gram mole of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution. Now again we have M by 100. This is termed as centimolar. Centimolar solution. Centimolar solution, that is M by 100, that is 0.01 gram mole dissolvent per liter. So 0.98 grams of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution. Similarly, if we have M by 1000, or it is termed as millimolar solution, that is 0.001 gram mole of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution, that is 0.098 grams of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution. In last we have M by 2, that is semimolar solution. M by 2 solution, that is semimolar. Semimolar solution, that is equivalent to 0.5 molar solution, that is 0.5 gram mole of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution, that is 49 grams of H2SO4 dissolvent per liter of solution. If in numericals we have such types of solution, that is 1 molar, decimolar, centimolar, millimolar or semimolar, with the help of this we come to know that WB, that is the amount of solute dissolved in solution, and the volume of solution, that is given by 1 liter. So we come to know WB and volume of solution by knowing the type of solution. Either we have 1 molar, decimolar, centimolar, millimolar or semimolar. Now after molarity we have next term, that is molarity. It is represented by small m. It is the number of gram moles of solute dissolvent per kg of solvent. Again, it is the number of gram moles of solute dissolvent per kg of solvent. Now student, here we have this molarity of solution and we get WB upon MB into 1000 over WA, where WA is present in grams. Now here we have WB. WB simply represents the mass of the solute in grams, MB molar mass of solute, WA represents the mass of solvent in gram. It is converted into kg by dividing with 1000 gram. Now students, since this molarity depends upon the mass of solvent and mass does not vary with respect to temperature, so this molarity does not varies with respect to temperature. As we all know that molarity depends upon the volume of solution and that is vary inversely with respect to temperature, but this molality is temperature independent. It does not vary with respect to temperature. Now after this we have next term, that is mole fraction. Mole fraction. It is represented by X. It is the ratio of number of moles of one component to the total number of moles present in solution. It is the ratio of number of moles of one component to the total number of moles present in solution. If we want to calculate the mole fraction of solvent component and we have two components, then XA is equal to Na upon Na plus Nb, and for XB, that is the number of moles of B divided by total number of moles. Total number of moles. Now students, for binary solution, XA plus XB is equivalent to 1, and this mole fraction also does not vary with respect to temperature. Mole fraction and molality does not vary with respect to temperature. Molality and next term we discussed, that is normality, it varies with respect to temperature. So these two are temperature independent part, that is molality and mole fraction. Now here we have next term, that is normality of the solution. It is represented by capital N. It is the number of gram equivalents of solute dissolvent per liter of solution. Equivalent weight is the new term. As we calculate the number of gram moles, we calculate the number of gram moles, that is mass of solute in grams divided by gram atomic mass or gram molar mass, whatever may be the case. In a similar way, when we are going to calculate the number of gram equivalents, then mass of the solute in grams divided by corresponding equivalent weight. So here we have normality of the solution, that is number of gram equivalents of solute dissolvent per liter of solution. Here we have normality, that is WB upon equivalent weight into 1000 upon VML. Now students, just like molarity, this normality also depends upon the volume of solution, and it also varies with respect to temperature. As the molarity varies, that is inversely related. In a similar way, by simply increasing the dilution X time, normality also decreases the X time. Here we have WB, that is the mass of solute, EQWT, that is equivalent weight of solute. We calculate this equivalent weight in the different ways, and we take a separate class for this calculation of equivalent weight. Now here we have this normality term, that is WB upon equivalent weight into 1000 upon VML. Now students, if we want to calculate the strength in grams per liter, then strength in grams per liter, that is equivalent to normality into equivalent weight. As we calculate the strength in grams per liter in case of molarity, we get the molarity into molecular weight. So in case of molarity, it is equivalent to molarity into molecular weight. Here we get a relation between normality and molarity. Normality is equal to the molarity into molecular weight upon equivalent weight. So we get a relation between normality and molarity. Normality is equal to molarity into molecular weight of solute divided by equivalent weight of solute. And this term is represented as molarity into acidity oblique basicity, or we called it N factor. That is discussed in the separate class in the calculation of equivalent weight. When we discuss the calculation of equivalent weight, then we discuss this term, that is acidity, basicity, or N factor. So N is equal to M into N factor. This N factor is equivalent to acidity or basicity. In different cases, we have different equivalent weight. Equivalent weight of an atom, that is atomic mass divided by valency, whereas equivalent weight of an acid, that is given by molecular mass of acid divided by basicity or number of replaceable hydrogen atom. Similarly, equivalent weight of base, that is molecular weight of base divided by acidity or number of replaceable hydroxyl group. In case of salt, equivalent weight is equivalent to the molecular weight divided by total cationic or total anionic charge. In case of oxidizing agent and reducing agent, the equivalent weight is equal to the molecular weight of oxidizing agent oblique reducing agent divided by change in oxidation number. We will discuss all these terms in a separate class in which we have the calculation of equivalent weight of different substances. Now here we have relation normality is equal to molarity into N factor, that is acidity oblique basicity or molecular weight upon equivalent weight. With the help of this relation, we can convert molarity into normality as well as normality into molarity. Now after this, if we want to calculate the number of gram equivalents, WB upon equivalent weight gives the number of gram equivalents. So number of gram equivalents, that is given by WB upon equivalent weight is equal to N into volume of solution in liter. And if we want to calculate number of milli equivalent, that is represented by MEQ. Gram equivalent is multiplied by 1000. We get number of milli equivalent. Both sides are multiplied by 1000. We get WB upon equivalent weight into 1000 is equal to M into VML. So in this way, we get the N into VML, that is normality into volume of solution. So number of milli equivalents is equal to WB upon equivalent weight into 1000 is equal to N into VML. This gives the concept of milli equivalents. According to law of chemical equivalence, substance react together in respective equivalent ratio. Substance react together in respective equivalent ratio. This is termed as law of chemical equivalence. From here we have equation N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. This is termed as normality equation. Just like molarity equation or dilution formula, here we have normality equation. So this normality equation is actually the law of chemical equivalence, that is N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. Now students, if we have two or more acid solutions and we have the normality and volume of these solution, and by mixing them, if we want to get the normality of resultant solution, then it is given by a relation N1V1 plus N2V2 plus N3V3 is equal to the NR V1 plus V2 plus V3. NR represents the normality of the resultant solution. If we mix three acidic solution or basic solution and we want to get the normality or molarity of the resultant solution, then we apply the relation N1V1 plus N2V2 plus N3V3 equal to NR V1 plus V2 plus V3. Similarly, for molarity, M1V1 plus M2V2 plus M3V3 is equal to MR V1 plus V2 plus V3. So with the help of these equations, we can calculate the normality and molarity of the resultant solution. Now after this, we have one more term. If the solute is present in trace amount, as we calculate the pollution in air, that is in terms of ppm. That is in terms of ppm. ppm, that is parts per million. Parts per million. That is parts of the solute or part of the component present in per million part of the solution. If a component is present, then ppm of A is equal to mass of component A, mass of A divided by total mass of solution, total mass of solution into 10 to the power 6. If the solute is present in trace amount, as the pollution, different gases are present in the air pollution, and we represent all those gases in terms of ppm, that is parts of component present in per million part of the solution. So ppm of A, suppose we have A component, that is equivalent to mass of component A divided by total mass of solution into 10 to the power 6. That is part of component present in per million part of the solution. In next class, we discuss the different numericals aspects of this volumetric analysis, and we do different numericals. Thank you, students. I hope you understand.